All right, everybody, we're live. Super excited to be here for another hangout. I have a special guest of mine calling in from the UK, Gabriel, who is writing a book on how to make money on YouTube. And he wanted to interview me about it for his book that's coming out next year. And I said, I love it. Let's do it. How about we do it as a YouTube hangout? So, Gabriel, welcome aboard, man.
Thank you so much, Evan, for having me here. It's an absolute honor. And I just want to introduce Evan as well, because I was been following you for a bit and checked out your site. And that's actually, it's really awesome to be interviewing you, because you've been named one of the top 100 in the top 100 great leadership speakers for your next conference by Inc. magazine. You're considered one of the top 40 social media marketing talents by Forbes, and you have a channel with over 475,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's get started. And I'm just wondering, what were you doing before you got into YouTube?
Before I got into YouTube, I was an entrepreneur. I had my own business when I was 19, built it, sold it, then became I got asked to do a bunch of speaking, and I decided, you know what, I want to help other entrepreneurs who were maybe going through the same issues that I had to go through. I really started off on my website, and I was posting content there regularly, my own thoughts, what I learned from famous entrepreneurs. And the YouTube channel started, I just wanted to share more. I love famous entrepreneur stories. That kind of saved my business.
Right.
Learning how Bill Gates started his software company helped me with my software company. And so I felt like I wanted to share those lessons for other people. And because I was a visual learner, I would have rather seen videos rather than written articles. So I thought, hey, let's make a YouTube channel.
Right.
I did not have aspirations of trying to be a YouTube star.
Right.
It was just another way to be able to share some content. And then when people started asking me questions, instead of writing an email response, which might take me a long time, I thought, why don't I just make this as a YouTube video for that person? And then for anybody else who might have the same problem, it would allow me to extend my reach. But yeah, at the time, I didn't really think, hey, I want to have a channel with 500,000 subscribers and keep building this thing up.
Wow. Okay. So you started just because you wanted to share some content. And then how long did it actually take you to go from the beginning to, almost 500,000 subscribers?
A long time. A long time, man. When did I start? Somebody was looking at the stats. I forget who it was. I think it was like 8 years ago.
Okay.
When I started. But a lot of the growth, just like anything else, when you start taking it more seriously, you're going to start getting more impact, right? You're going to start seeing better results. And so I started taking it seriously 2 years ago.
Okay.
We're coming at the end of the year now. So about 2 years ago. And that's where I started making daily content instead of just once a week or whenever I felt like it. Just like anything else, any other business, when it's just like this hobby that you're doing on the side versus, okay, you know what? I'm dedicating myself to this. I'm going to make it work. So the more work I put in, the more effort, then the faster I got results. So it's it's not great to look at it to say it took me 8 years to build. It did, but really the bulk of it came in the past 2 years.
Okay, that makes complete sense. So tell me some of the challenges that you faced along your YouTube journey, and do you remember any specific ones that really stood out for you?
The biggest challenge at the start was not feeling super comfortable in front of the camera.
Okay.
It took me a while to get used to it. It took me a while to get comfortable. I used to only be able to do it when I was by myself at the start. So I would use a flip camera. I don't think flip is still around anymore, but it's like this little camera that I could put on I would put it on my cabinet and then just start filming. And then I moved to try to use a Nikon camera, but it wouldn't focus automatically. And so I'd have to have somebody on my team or my sister or my wife come in and focus, press record, and then leave the room because I couldn't do it with them in the room. I was so nervous with somebody else. I was nervous enough just talking to the camera, let alone having somebody watching me. And even though it's my sister or my staff member or my wife, like people who wouldn't judge me, I still felt nervous. And so they would have to leave the room, close the door, and then I would start recording. Okay. And so that was one of the biggest hurdles at the start, just feeling like overcoming the nerves, overcoming the feeling like, you know, I don't know what I'm going to say. This isn't going to be good. Judging your own work. So that was one of them. At the start, I was doing everything myself. So I was researching, filming, editing, being the guy on the camera, being the guy behind the scenes, posting to YouTube, titling, tagging. I did everything. And that really slowed down how much I could do, especially when I had a business to run at the same time. Right. And then as I started growing, I brought on a team. The first person I brought on was an editor, and that allowed me to go to one video a day instead of one video a week. So huge impact on what I was able to do. Now we have 3 editors on the channel. We'll do 3 to 9 videos a day, every day. Yeah, it's a lot of content. And just being able to scale up beyond myself. So it's not just doing it. Yeah. So in terms of content, you do a variety of different ones to keep it interesting, like you talking to the camera, doing interviews, doing some slides and things like that. Tell me a bit more about how you create your content or how your team creates it. So the content really is around what's interesting for me, what I want to learn. Right. And so a huge chunk of it is around the famous entrepreneurs. I believe in modeling success. If you look behind, you see famous entrepreneurs behind me. That's been a big part of it for me. And so I think about who do I want to learn about? Who does the audience want to hear about? And then I start researching to try to find something that has a message. And so I think what's really important for somebody who's getting started or who wants to try to model this is think about content that will be applicable to a wide audience and then narrow it down to specific. So I have a top 10 rules for success series that does really well. And I'm not really in it much. I'm just introing it and I'm doing the extra at the end. The next series I have is the Espresso series, where it's half famous entrepreneur and half me. So the entrepreneur will say something, it's the theme of the day, and then I'll say something to add on to it. Okay. And then the third kind of videos are just all me, where I'm sharing my thoughts on something. And I think having that transition in helps. So having the content that is interesting to a lot of people, in the YouTube world, they call them the hero videos. So the hero versus the hygiene, right? So hygiene is the daily stuff, and the hero is the ones you put like a ton of effort into and love to get a lot of attention. I think that really helps to slowly introduce people to me. So they may not have heard of me, but they've heard of whatever topic I'm covering or whatever famous entrepreneur that I'm talking about. And then that says, oh, who's this Evan Carmichael guy? And then they want to watch other videos that I'm putting out as well. Right. So we'll usually, almost all of the videos are a combination of requests from the audience and then something I'm interested in. And so all the top 10s are requests, all of the Believe Lives are requests, the Espressos are requests. Most of the videos are pretty much requests from people that then I like that person, or we can pull enough from them to be able to make a video on. So it'll start with our audience and what they care about. It'll then go to kind of research phase for us to think about, okay, can we say anything about this topic, or can we find enough content on that topic? Then I film it, and then my editor puts it all together, and then we post it.
Wow. Amazing. So it's a pretty long process, but you have a team in place. So in the beginning, when you first starting out, what were some of the different strategies that you used to get your YouTube more views, to get ranked, maybe things like that? In the beginning, I'm sure it's quite important for that.
Yeah, I think I made a video on this not that long ago. I think at the end of the day, and this happens to me, it wasn't just at the beginning, this happens like every quarter. Every quarter I kind of sit down and think, how do I get the videos to take off more? You know, like even now, almost at 500,000 subscribers. Like, why is it at 5 million subscribers? Why is it, you know, I still have bigger ambitions than where I'm at now. And you think about, well, do I promote it on Twitter more? Or do I put it in my newsletter more? Do I, you know, like, is it better SEO? And all of those things do matter. You know, like having a really good title matters. Having a good thumbnail really matters. Having a good description matters. All of those things will help you get ranked in the short term. But what YouTube really cares about is watch time. The most important ranking factor for YouTube is watch time. If people are watching your videos, then you're going to get more people coming. They're going to recommend it much more often.
Right.
And so to get watch time has nothing to do with your thumbnails or your title tags or your title or your tags, your description or any of that stuff. Is your stuff any good?
Right, right.
Like, do people want to sit there and watch your 5-minute video, your 10-minute video, your 40-second video, however long it is? Do people want to watch it? Is it good enough? And that's a sobering truth, because we'd like to think that it's easily solved by changing our titles or putting in new thumbnails or whatever. And yes, those things do matter, but much more important is just being better, having better content, having better footage, putting more love into the videos. So that was from the beginning. It's still my same problem right now. You know, if you go back and look at my thumbnails, they've gotten a lot better. You look at my editing process. Now that I use an editor, it's gotten a lot better than what I could do by myself. But it's still going to come down to you getting better at what you do, whether you're like a talking head like I am on camera, or if you're, you know, playing games or doing tutorials or whatever it is that you're doing. You have to get better at doing it. And it's taken me 4,000 videos to get to where I am now, but I still need to get better. Like, I deserve the 500,000 subscribers that I have, because I've done some good work, but I don't deserve to be at 5 million yet, because my stuff isn't good enough yet. So I need to keep working it to get better. And like, a Twitter strategy isn't going to save me. I need to make better videos.
Okay, so it's really about also understanding the audience and catering to their needs, so they actually watch all the videos and watch it to the end as well, right?
I mean, I think you'll bring an audience with you. I think as people like your style and they like your message and they want to learn from you, or whether you're entertaining them or educating them, or, you know, whatever you're kind of giving to them, people get used to it, and you just have to be able to. I think you bring an audience with you. Like, if you look at my community, it's maybe one of the most positive YouTube communities out there, where the comments are super positive and people are trying to encourage each other and trying to help each other out. And it's a reflection of what I spread, because I'm not spreading hate or negativity or anger or like screw that guy or tabloid news or that kind of stuff. And so I think those kinds of people are attracted to me, because I like those kinds of people too. I don't hang around with the, you know, super negative people. And so I think you'll start to attract the audience to you. If you're really being who you are, if you're really being authentic and not just trying to be a showman for your audience, you'll start to attract that kind of audience to yourself. So I think, yes, you have to listen to them, and you have to have a vision for where you want to go.
Okay. So tell me a bit more about, it was quite a long journey for you, from 8 years, and then the last 2 years you really focused on it. Tell me about the lifestyle that you're able to live now because of your YouTube business, because a lot of my listeners and readers, they want to live that kind of laptop lifestyle, that freedom. Yeah, tell us a bit more about that.
I think if you are, I don't live a laptop lifestyle. I think if you're really serious about doing anything, that you're not living a laptop lifestyle. I think if you look at any of the top YouTubers, any of the people making huge bank off YouTube or anything, they're not living a laptop lifestyle. You know, they're working hard.
So
I think that's like, I think the thing is though, you have to love what you're doing.
Right.
Like if you looked at my schedule, well, maybe not you, but if somebody like, they would go crazy. Like they couldn't handle what I was doing because it's too much work. But for me, it's not work. And I'm sure somebody looked at you and said, writing these books and doing these interviews, somebody might look at your schedule and say, Gabe, that's nuts. Like, how do you do that? That's too much work. But for you, like, you get to hang around with interesting people and ask questions that you're curious about and then create something that is amazing for an audience. So
exactly.
For you, it's not work. For me, it might be torture. But for you, it's not work, right? And so for most people, it might be torture. Most people, like, they're going to say, I could not handle that schedule. But for you, it's like, I couldn't do anything else. I love this. And so I guess like the laptop lifestyle, you know, I can work from a laptop. I could be anywhere I want to be, but I'm not working 2 hours a week. And then I don't want a vacation. Like I look forward to doing videos. You know, I spend a ton of time with my community. I do 2 streams every day, plus interview streams, plus our regular videos. And then when I'm not doing the videos, I'm reviewing the videos and doing the research and all the other work and trying to think about growing the channel, new series. But I love it. It's like, I die on a beach.
Right.
I'll go for one afternoon and I want to leave and go do something else. And I'll be thinking about my channel or another business idea. And so I think it's good for people to find the thing that they love doing that other people might see as torture, but that they really can't wait to go back and do again. So when I'm traveling, I'm filming. You know, when I go away, if I'm speaking at an event or I'm going on vacation, I film. I bring my camera with me. I do the videos. If I'm sick, I'm doing the videos. I'll just be there with my tea and like, hey guys, you know. It's like, I don't know when the last time I took a week off of my channel was, but I don't see it as a burden. Right. I love it. Right.
So
yeah.
So maybe like my question should have been worded in terms of creating this YouTube business so that you can do what you love more and not have to do, you know, be in a job that you don't like or, you know, have to do work just to make a living. That's probably more like it because you get to contribute more. You get to do what you love every single day.
Yeah, I think first of all, test it out and see if you like the process. You have to enjoy the process of it, not just the end result. If you're just chasing subscribers, you're never gonna get there because you don't enjoy the work of doing the videos. You know, I enjoy talking to my audience in the morning. I like it. I don't see it as a burden. Maybe you don't do live streams. You know, maybe you just do set videos, or maybe you only do live streams. You know, I like playing League of Legends, and so in the morning I'll do a League of Legends live stream where I play the game and for an hour take questions from my audience, and I'm answering business questions while I play.
It's amazing.
And so it's finding what you can play in, finding what you can love doing. For me, it was not the editing. I found out pretty quickly that I did not, you know, enjoy the editing process that much, and so I need to give that over to somebody else to do. Posting to YouTube and uploading the file and adding in the tags and all that is not what I love doing. But some people get off on that. Like some people, that's their game. They love the data and the analytics and like, I don't care about that stuff. But some people, that's their thing. And so whatever your thing is, you need to try to spend as much time doing that as possible. And when you're first starting out and you don't have the capital to bring on a team yet, that's okay. Maybe you're not spending 80% of your time on the thing, but you need to make sure that you're spending at least some time, because a lot of people spend 0 time on the thing that they love doing or could be the best in the world, that they're thinking about it, they're daydreaming about it, but they're not actually doing anything about it. And so if you want to have success on YouTube, it's not just because I see PewDiePie or I see whoever doing really well. That's probably the worst reason to try to be a YouTuber. It's because you like making content, you like interacting with the audience, you like being on camera, or you like making some kind of video. You have to enjoy the process. And so figuring out what it is that you love doing by trial and error and see. You know, you might make 5 videos and you hate 80% of the process, but there's 20% that you really love, like then honing in on that and seeing.
Right.
And then just trying to figure out ways to do that more and more and more and more and more.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing those amazing tips. So tell me, if you can leave my listeners with one piece of advice in terms of mindset when they're first starting this, what would it be? Like, if you could leave them one thing before we wrap up, what would that be?
I would say expect to suck.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're at the beginning, expect to suck.
Okay.
And this is what's really hard for people, because you're looking at, you know, if you want to be an expert on whatever topic, you want to teach dance on YouTube. Okay, great. You can look at other dance channels and you see how great they are, and you see, you know, you have this level, this kind of standard for what you think to be a good video, and maybe you feel like you could do it better, like you're a better dancer than they are. You know your stuff better than they do. You get on camera and it doesn't come out.
Right.
You know, like you're nervous, or you didn't get the right angle, or you don't know how to do the effects, and you know, you didn't say the right thing. It just, what you end up producing is not at the level that other people are doing, but you feel like you can get there. And what a lot of people do at that point is they quit. Because they see that their thing sucks, and they know it sucks, and it does suck.
Right.
It sucks. Anything sucks. Your first time on a bicycle sucked. Your first time on a snowboard sucked. You know, like the first time you did an interview, you were probably super nervous and you sucked. It's like, what do you expect? It's your first time doing something.
Yeah.
And so people have unrealistic expectations where they think they're going to be great, and then they suck, and it's a total letdown. They never go back to it. Right. So if you go in, you still have your dream of where you want to go and belief that you can get there. Like, I believe I can be here, but I expect to suck at the start. And every day I'm just trying to get better and better and better and better and better. And so just comparing yourself to what you did yesterday, as opposed to comparing yourself to your idol that you look up to in the YouTube space, is a much healthier mindset. And I think will gear people towards more success. So expect to suck. It's okay.
Amazing, amazing. I think that's a perfect place to start, and then aspire for greatness afterwards. So just to finish off, if my listeners would like to learn more about you, Evan, what are some of the channels? I mean, your YouTube channel. Do you have any other places they can connect with you?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube a lot. Obviously, I'm on Twitter. I have a website. I have a newsletter. Those are the places mostly where I live. So if you just type in Evan Carmichael, you'll find me, all the different spots, whatever fits you best.
Okay, fantastic. Well, really appreciate your time, and it was great meeting you and learning about your story and all the YouTube tips. So fantastic. Thank you.
Cool, man. Happy to be a part of it. Now, so the book comes out in January, right?
Yep, it comes out in January. I'm in the process of writing it right now, and then we'll go through the editing process in December. And basically, it will have about 12 chapters with different YouTube experts and stars. And we'll go through the story of each one, have some really great tips and insights and strategies in there for people to get started on YouTube.
Is there anything I can add that, or a question you have that hasn't been answered by the YouTubers, or might be a little different or off the wall?
I think you answered. I think you had some really good points there that would be a bit unique in there. And everybody has their own story. I think you did really well. I mean, I think you'll be a really unique addition to the rest. So thanks for that.
Cool. All right. And then for my audience who's watching, to be able to find out more about this book and all that, where are they going?
They'll go to Internet Marketing Tutorials. That's the YouTube channel. That's what it's called. And then I'll let people know on the channel when the book goes live.
I love it. Well, thanks for the opportunity, Gabriel, and good luck with the book, man.
All right. Thanks so much, Evan.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Take care.